So hello everyone, and welcome back to Sakura Unboxing. So welcome to the next half of my 2024/2025 pre-orders video. So yes, this is the next part which I'm going to be covering the rest of the months from June to January, I believe, of 2025. So yes, we're going to get started with June. So we're going to be starting off with two Nekoparo figures. Now these are a part of the native line of figures. You originally had the chocolate and vanilla, so now we have the 1/7 figures of maple and cinnamon. Very pricey overall, which I was not expecting considering how much those chocolate and vanilla figures cost at retail. So I had to order these off of Akimomo, and the fact that these two come out at the same time is a big sucker punch. I really wish that they would release one of them one month and one the next month. I do like the designs overall for these. I like the colors, and it's native, so you know the quality is going to be good. I am at least glad that these guys come with like breast coverings, because the original chocolate and vanilla they really didn't, which I was surprised about. So yeah, both look gorgeous overall, but again, I do think they're, you know, maybe should have been maybe a little less pricey than they are. So next up we have another Fire Emblem figure, and the only other one that's releasing in 2024, and this is the Fire Emblem Nor Noble Corrin 1/7 complete figure. So yes, I do really like the way she looks in this. I do like the outfit, how sort of tattered the cape is, and just all the little details on her. She even has her dragonstone, which I think is a nice touch. And you know, the base has the symbol of Nor, which is cool, and I do kind of like these sort of like purple effect parts even on there. I'm interested to see, it'd be kind of cool if they did like a male Corrin with the Hoshido outfit, the Hoshido class outfit. Quite excited for this Corrin figure just to have her for my Fire Emblem collection. Now we have one that's most likely going to be on the top 9 for 2024 because of the character, long-haired boys, the chef's kiss in my book, and this is the Heaven's Official's Blessing Hwa-Chang 1/7 complete figure by Good Smart Art Shanghai. Oh my god, he looks like absolutely gorgeous. I just like the pose, again the long hair, the way it kind of just drapes all over the chair, just the details, and you have the butterfly on top of this red stream. Now, the one big thing that I worry about this figure is these pretty much like that bloodstream material, if it will lean over time, because if anyone knows the Wei Wuxian figure that I still love, but just the material that they used, it sags over time without any support. So I really hope that Good Smart Art Shanghai, they listened to people's complaints and they fix this issue, because with that butterfly, it's gonna definitely go down over time, and it's gonna look definitely ugly on this figure. But yeah, so far, again, just from the photos at least, he looks absolutely gorgeous. I did order this off of Good Small's online shop, and I believe it came with a bonus, so at least I can get that. But yeah, I'm overall just worried about stability at the end of the day for long-term display. So the next figure I'll probably also put on my top 9 for 2024, and that is the Toho Project Remelia Scarlet 1/8 figure by Alter. I do have Flandra. She's absolutely fantastic. Definitely, I feel like one of my top favorites for 2023. And now her sister has gone up for pre-order. Very expensive though, and I did order it with the tapestry that it comes with, which honestly, the tapestry isn't really the best design-wise. They literally just put the original artwork for the Flandra and Remelia Scarlet figures on there. But it's at least nice to have the original artwork, I guess, in some form. But yeah. But if anything to say about that Flandra figure, I feel like can apply to this Remelia as well. Again, it's Alter, top tier figure manufacturer. Yeah, and I like her face. The eyes look gorgeous, the hair is gorgeous. And she does come with, I believe, her lance as well, so you do have some alternate parts there. So yes, I'm quite excited to pick up Remelia just to have her next to Flandra. So now the next figure is a 1/4 scale that I was quite excited for, just because I really like the character design, and that is the B-style Yakuwa Nazumi 1/4 figure by Freeing. So I like the purple, I like the black, I like the bunny suit, I like the weapons that she comes with. It's very different kind of bunny. Definitely a little bit more pricey. just because of the extra details and the weapons, of course. Now this is based off an illustration, I believe, or it's by the same person who does like Otto, the famous Japanese singers, you know, Usewa, like any of those. You can definitely tell it's a very distinct art style. The illustrator is named Wuma, so I hope I pronounced that right. But yes, I just really like her design, so I'm quite excited for her. Ordered her off of Good Smiles online shop. 266 USD, definitely quite expensive, but you know, for the additional details I can kind of see why. So now moving on to July, and there's definitely quite a bunch of figures on here, quite a little more on the expensive side. So we're going to be starting off with the Inbina Resetsu Hime Saki 1/5 figure by Inbina is the manufacturer. So this is kind of a weird figure. I'm not too familiar with the manufacturer at all. This might be... It's one of very few figures that they've made. So yes, this is based off an illustration by Asanagi, and while I don't tend to gravitate towards figures that are illustrated by him, I have to say this one kind of just stood out to me. I think the outfit design, I like her face and the hair and just the base that she comes with. I did get the kind of deluxe version of this one that comes with like this base and as well as extra like hands and I believe face plates. So yeah, she comes with this large katana. She comes with like a faceplate with her tongue sticking out. She comes like with this like sake drinking cup that she's pouring out. And additionally with the deluxe edition, there's like the base that she comes with. So yeah, this is gonna be my first ever 1/5 figure. I think I'll put her on the top 9 as well, just because like first 1/5, and I'm just interested in the quality from this manufacturer. So now moving on to an Eastream figure, probably the only one I have for 2024, and that is the movie Jujutsu Kaisen 0 Suguru Geto 1/7 figure. Long hair, and I really like Geto. I don't know, he's an interesting antagonist. So this is based off, of course, the manga cover, which I think is pretty cool, and I think he looks great so far. I was hoping he would be closer to Gojo's price tag. Unfortunately, that's not the case. But I feel like it'd be nice to just pair these two up, so I'm quite excited for him in the future. Next up, we have another Miku figure. I feel like my Miku collection is really growing next year, and this is the Hatsune Miku Magical Mirai 2023 version 1/7 figure by Design Coco. Very interesting Miku design with the twin tail hairs and how they're just connected by that loop. And I believe this is by, illustrated by Lamb. Yeah, it's illustrated by Lamb, who did the Lamrock Miku figure, and I think she looks fantastic. The face sculpt, just the eyes look absolutely gorgeous. Just the outfit in general, I do quite like the red and black color scheme. And the base that she's sitting on, the speaker, it actually is supposed to light up apparently, which I think is a nice touch. Interested to see the shipping though at the end of the day, because this one looks, you know, relatively big, and you got the speaker, and of course Miku's twin tails tend to take up a lot of space in box, but yeah, definitely gorgeous overall. Moving on to August, which is a very light figure month again, hoping with this month to at least have some extra funds to pay for future orders, so that's the plan, unless stuff from July gets delayed into August. So starting off with the first figure, it's actually a sort of Figma in a way, but it's not Figma. It's a posable figure essentially, and that is the Architect Posable Series Honkai Impact, the third Rita Umbral Rose version. 1/8 figure by Apex. So the reason why I picked this one up is because of the scythe. I am a sucker for scythe themed figures, and this scythe's design is like, again, chef's kiss in my book. So yes, I'm just excited for this one, for another figure for my scythe themed collection, and just to see the quality of this sort of posable line of figures by Apex. Next up is a figure I was really anticipating for the character design. Again, another long-haired boy, and this is the Onmyoji Abe no Seme Lunar Corona version 1/7 figure by Good Smart Art Shanghai. So yes, an Onmyoji figure. I think this is going to be the first one in my collection. I did order some of them by NetEase Games, but unfortunately they've just gone down under in terms of their figures, in terms of production and such. Really hoping for new releases on those in the very distant future once NetEase Games has everything all together, because I would like to pick those figures up. So yes, very simple figure of him. I do really like the outfit design, the long hair. It's flowing in the wind, and I'm here for it. Quite excited for him, just to have him for my, long-haired boy collection. So now we have 2 Ninja dolls. Very excited for these. I think from the pictures they look so freaking cute. So these are the Chinese style panda hot pot, Star Anise and Mahjong Laurier. It sounds like I butchered their names, but I think these 2 look absolutely wonderful in these pictures and very cute overall. I like the coloring, I like the sort of gradients that they have for their hair. This is just going to be a nice set overall of figures, so I'm quite excited. They do actually come with extra little accessories, so you got a fan, chopsticks, a teapot, a little mahjong piece, and of course the clothing, and I think they just look fantastic, so quite excited for these 2 in the very distant future. So the last figure I have is actually a 1/4 that I paid for, so I don't have to worry about it in the future, and this is the Binding Creator's Opinion Kotama Yai 1/4 figure. So yes, this is going to be my first figure that's illustrated by Kekematsu. I just think she looks very cute overall. I quite like the jacket, her hair, her overall design. I think it's very cute. So I actually managed to pay for this figure up front on Hobby Genki, which was kind of mind-blowing a little bit, just because Hobby Genki is one of those websites where they do not take PayPal, and for some reason with this figure, they took PayPal, so I just decided I'll pay for it up front, and I believe Hobby Genki also has the, native bonus postcard, so I'm actually going to get the postcard of this figure, which is quite exciting. So yeah, I think she looks very nice overall. Very cute character design. Her face looks very adorable. And yeah, I like what I see in the pictures so far. So now I have one more figure that is actually supposed to kind of go with the Yai Kotama figure, because it is also based off an illustration by Kekematsu, and that would be the B-style Aotsugi Hajime 1/4 scale figure by Freeing. So I didn't realize she was also illustrated by Kekematsu. I did notice that she and the Yai figure I just talked about had the same jacket, and yeah, I was like, oh, it turns out that they are kind of supposed to be like a sort of pair of figures in a way. And surprisingly, she's actually being manufactured by Freeing. The Yai figure that I previously talked about is being manufactured by Binding, and so I don't know why she is being manufactured exclusively by Freeing. So I'm interested if she's gonna have any possible cast-off features, like a surprise sort of cast-off features, because Freeing really doesn't do that. But yeah, she looks super pretty overall. I like the sort of shiny white bunny suit and the white tights that we see sometimes on some Freeing bunnies. Yeah, and she just looks absolutely pretty overall, and so far her hair sculpt I think looks pretty nice. I do like the way the braid looks. So yes, I'm kind of glad I paid for the Yai figure because she also releases the same month as her. So yeah, I'm glad to have the Yai figure out of the way so I can pre-order this. And yeah, I pre-ordered her off of Goodsmell for that flat rate shipping. So yes, now moving on to September of 2024, I just have 2 figures to talk about. The first one is a Binding figure that is going to release earlier in 2024, but again, had to order this off of Akimomo, and that is the Native and Binding Creators Opinion series Hinatsu Namiguchi Bunny version 1/4 figure by Binding. So I just really like the design of this character. I kind of like the color on the inside of her hair. Her pose, it's kind of going to be my first sort of squatting figure in a way. And she does have multiple hand pieces to display the phone in. And yeah, I just think she looks pretty nice overall. She does have a choker, and it does have a little item, if you know what I mean, on there that I didn't quite realize until after I pre-ordered, but I still do like her overall, so I'm quite excited to get her. And then the last figure for September is one that I think is a Good Smile online shop exclusive, and that is the original Nezupoyo Pop Girl number 1/1/7 figure by Good Smile. So this is based off an illustration by Mika Picasso, very colorful art style. She does have like sort of like that writing on her hair, but I think she looks absolutely adorable. So I'm interested to see, because it says number 1, what other characters are going to be designed for this series. She comes in this cute little base with like the different colored cheeses and a little bit of, you know, the little mouse in the background. So I'm interested to see how this one turns out at the end of the day. And now I am going to add one more figure to September. This was one I was instant pre-order for me no matter what, because it is a, you know, sort of doll in this case of one of my husbandos in recent times, and this is the Fate Grand Order Oberon Harmonia Bloom Pretender First Ascension version by Good Smile Company. And I cannot tell you how freaking happy I am with the way he turned out. Umino Chika, Oberon's illustrator, supervised the making of this doll, which thank God, because for the most part Harmonia Blooms are alright looking. I don't think they look super bad. But Oberon, I feel like, really stands out. He just looks fantastic. Just the outfit is just so wonderfully crafted and designed, and he's got his butterfly wings. I will admit though, very, very pricey figure. This is over $300, but this is my man, and I will stand beside him. So yes, I pre-ordered him, and he is a Good Smile online shop exclusive, and he comes with this gorgeous Shikishi board illustrated by Umino Chika. I'm just like so freaking happy to have this for my Oberon collection. And yeah, he looks absolutely stunning. The hair looks super nice, and oh my god, I'm very excited for him. I will admit there are 2 things to kind of complain about with this figure, for me at least. The first one is the crown. I did see pictures of it, and it kind of like unravels a little bit. I really hope it's not like a flimsy sort of gold foil crown in a way. I would have liked it to be like sort of a hard plastic. I'm worried I'm gonna accidentally like bend a corner or something and make a mark on it, which worries me. And the other thing I noticed is that not all of the parts of his outfit are fabric. Like the yellow string like above his like chest area, it looks like it's like a hard plastic, which I would have liked it to be just like all fabric in a way. I feel like that's a part, since it's like rope, it should be fabric. But just other than those 2 nitpicks, I think he just looks absolutely stunning overall. So yes, definitely in the top 9. This is my man. So I'm very excited to, of course, do a review on my first sort of doll figure. Now we're moving on to October, where I have only one figure for the moment. I'm gonna put it in my top 9 because it's another Fate character, and this is the Fate Grand Order Berserker Arjuna Alter 1/8 figure, and gorgeous overall. He just looks absolutely fantastic. I like the way his, like, I think they're cannons, I'm not too sure. I don't have him in game exactly. His cannons look, just his design and colors and such, and he looks absolutely gorgeous. So yes, very much looking forward to picking him up in the future. So now we are moving on to October, where I have another very expensive figure that I pre-ordered. And of course it's of Oberon again, and this is the Oberon Harmonia Bloom Pretender, the Second Ascension version. And yes, needless to say, this doll looks absolutely gorgeous. His moth cape looks excellent. I love the design on it, and it looks like it's gonna have like an interesting texture to it. His outfit in general looks fantastic. His boots look so cute. His fluffy collar is perfect. Oh my god, I absolutely love the way he looks. Again, some, you know, same sort of issues for me apply with the crown, and his like belt area, like that yellow tie looks like it's made of hard plastic, which I think it should have been made out of fabric. But that does not take away how much I absolutely love the way this doll turned out. And also, the Second Ascension doll also comes with the bonus Shikishi even if you do pre-order it off of AmiAmi. So yes, I'm gonna get 2 Shikishis of him. I don't know what I'll do with the other one, we'll see. So this figure is not without its gripes though. So basically I saw a tweet about this doll's, you know, release date, price tag, and then I saw one thing that really worried me, and that is he's supposed to be a Hobby Japan exclusive. I'm like, oh my god, why is he exclusive to this website that I'm not familiar with at all? And needless to say, I got very nervous, and you know, I looked at Hobby Japan's website once he was up for order, and they unfortunately do not ship overseas, so I'm like, oh my god, why? And thankfully someone in the comments of his My Figure Collection page, they said that, oh, AmiAmi does tend to sell limited or exclusive doll figures that are manufactured by them on their website. And I have to say thank god, because I saw him on AmiAmi and I pre-ordered him, and it kind of sucks though because I'm pretty much paying an extra $300 USD for another Oberon doll. Unfortunately, they were not selling his clothing separate, which definitely would have saved some money, but this is my man and I kind of want this for my Oberon shrine. So yes, I had to shell out the money to get him, unfortunately. Oh my god, it was kind of, you know, a tough pill to swallow. I'm like, this is like the best case scenario for me. At least, you know, I'm buying him off a website I am experienced with for the most part. So I'm gonna kind of cheat a little bit and put the first and second Ascension dolls into one spot on my top 9. I do kind of want to review these together in one video. Might be quite a ways away from when I make that video, just in case if one of them gets delayed and such. But yes, I'm super excited just to see the qualities of these dolls overall, as well as the clothing that both of them come with. So now moving on to November 2024. I have only 3 figures there at the moment, and we're going to be starting with the next in the Mushroom Girls line of series, and this is the number 4 Shaggy Incap 1:1 scale figure, again by Reverse Studio. Absolutely adorable character design once again, and I just like these sort of dripping effects off of the mushroom. And I also am a kind of a sucker for black and white themed figures, so this one was a no-brainer to pre-order. But yeah, super duper cute, excited to add her to the Mushroom Girl series of figures that I'm collecting. So now we're moving on to a Fate figure, which was one that I was very excited to pre-order, and I did. So that is the Fate Grand Order Shoot-In Doji Caster Halloween 1/7 complete figure single shipment off of AmiAmi by QuezQ, or QsQ, however you want to pronounce it. I do like Caster Shootin's design. I just like the colors, and yeah, it's definitely a lot going on in this. I do like that she comes with the sort of gourd base and this little fox companion that she has. I still would like to get the assassin version of Shootin' Doji in figure form. But yeah, putting this on the top 9, I feel like this is just going to be dominated by like Fate figures, but I just love the series right now. And yeah, I'm very excited just to have this Shootin' Doji figure in my collection. So yes, now we're moving on to the last figure, yet another Fate figure. That is the Fate Grand Order Lancer Karna 1/8 figure. Single shipment by Alter for their Altera line of figures. I mean, he just looks fine as hell. He looks fantastic from the pictures. But yes, I think absolutely stunning, the both of them. Obviously, the one issue with these two is that they have support rods that are kind of ugly, kind of noticeable, and they're metal too, just for that extra bit of support and stability. I mean, but for me at least, I'm not too bothered until I actually maybe get the figure in. We'll see how that is. But Karna is looking absolutely fantastic, so I'm going to put him on the top 9 again, because, you know, I'm very excited for these male Fate figures. But now moving on to the only figure in December. Now, I'm actually thinking of canceling this one because of the price tag for it, and I feel like it's not worth that price tag. Hopefully it does sort of tank in the aftermarket, but this is the Toho Project Reimu Hakurei illustration by Fuzi Chogo 1/7 figure by Furyu. It's a soccer themed figure, hence why I decided to pre-order it. The only problem is the price tag. She is 220 USD on AmiAmi without shipping. And for this kind of figure, this should not be over 200 USD, honestly. I really don't know why. It does say it comes with a bonus A4 clear file, but no, it really ain't it. I do like what I see in the pictures. I don't really think it's too bad overall, but the price tag is definitely what scares me off. So I do plan on canceling this figure, you know, way into next year, and just hopefully, you know, she does sort of just tank so that I can pick her up for a much more reasonable price than over 200 USD. So there is one more figure I want to talk about in December, and kind of adds on to my sweet themed figure collection, and that is the Strawberry Shortcake Bustier Girl 1/6 figure by Max Factory. I think she looks absolutely gorgeous. I like the combination of pink, red, and white in this figure. And yeah, usually I do like kind of like over the top, maybe sweet themed bases. This one is pretty simple. You just got like, you know, frosting on top with some strawberries, but I think it looks, you know, very cute overall. So yeah, she's super pretty. I don't have a lot of Max Factory figures, so, you know, they're known for their pretty excellent quality, so I'm excited to add more figures from them into my collection. And additionally, I am really freaking hoping that they do a painted figure of the chocolate bustier girl. There's kind of like a garage kit, I think, of this figure. I think the chocolate bustier looks so good. Please, Max Factory, pick her up to pre-paint, because I'd like to have these two side by side. Now we're moving on to actually February of 2025. I for some reason thought these were in January 2025, but they're not. So we're starting off with two figures from the same series. The first one is going to be the Azure Lane Ying Sui Snowy Pines Warmth version 1/7 figure by Hobby Max Japan. I love Ying Sui and her sister Chao Ho's design. I do have their Neon Max figures, but I really love the look of these, and I feel like for the 200 USD price tag, I feel like that's pretty reasonable for what you're getting in these figures. You have this sort of like tree base with this like background and just like the base itself overall, and like their outfits are very long and flowy, and I just think it's a pretty reasonable price tag, base price. Obviously the shipping is going to be a whole other story, but yeah. Ying Sui looks absolutely gorgeous. I like these sort of, you know, winter that she has. So there's her. So yes, now we're moving on to her sister figure, which is the Chao Ho Plums Blossom Illumination version 1/7 figure. Again, I think they just both look absolutely gorgeous. I do maybe wish on actually Chao Ho's, maybe there's a little bit more flowers on the branches, because they look pretty bare bones, but I guess it's sort of supposed to be a transition from winter into spring, and hence there's only a few flowers blooming. That's just my artsy interpretation of these figures, but I think they're a nice set overall. So, you know, worried about the shipping for these, considering how much complexity that these two have. And then the very last figure I have, which had a very shocking price tag in a good way when it went up for pre-order, which is the Hatsune Miku Senbon Sakura 10th Anniversary version 1/7 complete figure by Design Coco. 112 USD for a 1/7 figure is mind-blowing. I'm very shocked it was the price that it was, and I decided to pick her up. Now, my only really chief complaint with this figure is the colors. I do feel like maybe it's a little bit too saturated compared to, like, let's say Freeing Senbon Sakura, or just the Senbon Sakura Miku design in general. But that price tag, I mean, yes, yes, I will pre-order that for that price tag. Cause yeah, very gorgeous overall. I do like the pose, I do like the way her face is designed. Yeah, and very simple base overall, but at least it's not like massive. But yeah, very excited to at least have a Senbon Sakura Miku figure to my collection. So that pretty much concludes this video. Definitely a lot of figures ordered for 2024. So I'm interested to see if you guys have any other figures that I mentioned in this video that you've pre-ordered, or what are your pre-orders for the months that I talked about in this video. So yeah. So if you did enjoy this video and you do feel like it, feel free to take the time to subscribe to my channel to see what other figure and merch related shenanigans I get into next. So thank you all so much for taking the time to watch this video. I hope you all have a wonderful morning, afternoon, or night wherever you are, and take it easy. Goodbye.